the Kollel, we have Elohim.
Yes.
And then I was just thinking about when we have a relation that this Kollel is already there. I mean, 87 would I would like I thought about Elohim. 86.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I was just thinking, is it how could we relate with this? It's something that we can remove this kollel to think in terms of geometry, or I mean, what I don't know. I it's hard to explain.
It seems that
Did you understand?
yes, yes, thank you for the question. It seems that you're asking about semantic fields. Yes, also
Yeah,
Weinreb speaks about it because once we are around, let's say, the field of 85, let's say, take 85. So, what do we have in 85? We have milah as a word, yes, milah, which is a word in English, yes,
yeah,
and we have pe, which is a mouse, yes, but how do I spell mouse like mouse that speaks? M. Can you help me? I don't want to make mistakes. How do we spell mouse? Yes, thank you so much. So we have pe, mouse is also 85, and po is here. Po, it's the same letters but different pronunciation, is here. Yes, this is the field of, let's say, 85. So with the kollel plus 1, this is the question. Because always Weinreb and the sages, you map the semantic field. So plus 1, yes, we have 86. In 86, we have what? Elohim. Yes, this is Elohim. Yeah.
yeah,
O Hateva, the nature, Elohim. O Hateva, the nature, the nature. So you see Elohim and Hateva, nature is the manifested. And in 87, let's say 87, 87, it means paz in Hebrew. Paz, it means gold. Another synonym for gold. Paz. We have a currency which is peso, you know. So
yeah.
gold. Also, this is 87 if you take the first letters, yes, of the twins of Tamar and Judah, Peretz,
Well, yeah, yes,
Peretz and Zerach, Zerach and Peretz. So Peretz, the pay is 80. Yeah, where are we? Here, 80. And Zerach, yes, is 7. So we have 87. Yes, and those, in a way, children or twins came in birth after the two grooms of Tamar, let's say, passed away. Yes. So this is who can opposite those things, who can take somebody's life. Let's say the two husbands, the previous two husbands of Tamar, they passed away, and she came with the story to Judah, and she conceived, and two babies were born better. Beautifully, by the way, Thomas Mann describes how good the children were. Peretz and Zerach, like good wine, like you say, good wine. Good morning, Rodrigo, because the question was about good wine. Yain Tov. So Yain Tov is 87. So a good wine, let's say, is Zerach and Peretz, the twins that came from Judah and Tamar. This is a good wine, like good children. Also, Thomas Mann described their kind-heartedness. Yes? Good children. And also Thomas Mann described how the previous husbands of Tamar, Er ve'Onan, how they were behaving. And if we read the description, It was not, so to speak, a good wine. Yes, if you take this metaphor
Yes.
of wine. So you see, and Rodrigo, I think still in the days of Slack, yes, Rodrigo made a chart and he was mapping. He was trying to map until 100, I think, the semantic fields. Yes. So here we with 87, Peretz, Zerach, good wine next to Elohim. By the way, plus
Yes.
one, it's 88. This is infinite. So 87 plus 1, this is 88. So,
And yes, it is beautiful because when I thought about it, I thought the wine is related with this manifestation,
yes.
and also Elohim has this quality of what is to be seen. So I made a direct connection with Elohim and Yain Tov. It was beautiful, but I was just wondering, maybe 87. It's not, it already passed Elohim, for one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just wondering about this
Yes,
ideas of relating numbers.
yes, you can also open at 87 because 87 we have in a way this good morning Abigail. So 87 can be read as the 8th day, yes, or the 8th sphere, Binah, and 7 is the 7th day. So there is a connection, Yom Tov. So very good. So there is a connection in this way. Yes? So how the 7th day connects to the 8th day. Yes? Like the 7th day is Bethlehem, let's say. Yes? And the 8th day is the birth, yes, of the Messiah, the one who is anointed. There are many ways to look at it. How open we are, it depends on the lens that we are opening. Rodrigo, good morning. How do you do? We are happy to see you here. If you have questions that you would like to ask, please feel free. And this is okay, Felipe, to add a number or 1 and to see what is the field around. Any other questions? Sandra, Rodrigo, Abigail, Yanis, Pixidis?
Thank you, Eti. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Sandra, I believe, had a question last Saturday about Elul. Just one general sentence about Elul is Elul is the connector. Yes, Elul connects the previous year with the coming year. The connection is very important because the connection shows us that life is infinite. Life is infinite. There was a question that I think Fernando asked a few minutes before the session ended about the difference between ladies and men, or ladies and gentlemen, that ladies are naturally coming as vessels, and men have to build their vessel. Have you heard this concept before? Is it new to you? Rodrigo, Felipe, Sandra, Pixidis, is this term new to you or it's familiar? Have you heard this before, that women are natural vessels, yes? And men, they have to build their vessel, so to speak, so to speak. It's not something that comes to them natural. Women, they're like nature. Seasons, they walk with seasons. Yes, they are with the manifestation, so to speak. Yes? But men, since they have the potency of wisdom, ish, men, if we would translate ish to English, this is men. Yes? But we don't translate now to English. We look at the yod, which is written between the aleph and the shin. Aleph and shin together, they are fire, esh, fire. Yes, this is fire, esh. With the yod, now we don't read the translation to English. Ish means great fire. Like people usually speak indigenous or native speakers. Yes. So ish is great fire. How great is the fire of a man? How can we measure it? Like an atom bomb, the same energy. Do we agree upon it or not? Yes. Yes. The same potency as atom bomb. A man, if he will not build a vessel, and I will soon explain what vessel is, a cup, let's say a space, open space, he is like walking atom bomb. Do we agree to this before we continue? And this is what Luria is trying to tell us. Yes, to restrict, yes, the expansion of fire, to limit, yes, the potency of explosion. Once there's a limitation, there is space. Women or woman is what? Not in English, in Hebrew. What is woman in Hebrew? Esh, little fire. Little fire, very good. Little fire. Since a woman is little fire, meaning, and the hay is a vessel. Please pay attention to the way the hay is written. Sandra, with the video, the letter hay has 3 dimensions. Yes? What does it mean? Like a triangle, yes? There is horizontal line, vertical line, and there's a depth point, the foot of the hay. So a woman already comes built in with space inside, with a vessel. Do we agree upon it before we continue? Do we agree? Yes. Now, let's look at the word ish. We said that ish, man, is written with yod. And yod is what? Great. fire, the whole potency like nuclear bomb. So the man has to build a vessel. What does he have to do? The yod, taking the yod as a potency, yes, and to what? To build from the letter yod, which letter? To make a vessel? Hey, yes. And this is the meaning, yes, that the man has to build a vessel. It does not come natural to him. So he has to limit the fire, first to limit the expansion, to stop the fire, yes, and build a vessel. First is to stop. Do we understand the stop and then the building? Yes, Felipe makes me think about Sarai, that God divided her yod into two hays. So, yes, excellent. Yes, excellent. Yes, Sarai had a great potential. Yes, like a man. Sarai had a great potential, like a man. Yes. That's correct. This is why no one could touch her. Yes, not Pharaoh, as we mentioned before, and not Avimelech. Those two kings could not touch her. Yes. Another perspective. The letter Yod, as reflected, I will not draw now because I want to go deeper. The letter Yod is usually associated with wisdom, with chokhmah, with the potency. And the potential, like a spark of an idea, is beyond space and time. It's just like we light a match, you know, this sound. It's a potential. And what Luria says is good to have a potential, but the potential has to what? Has to express itself in time and space. Therefore, the Yod, the letter Yod, yes, will be built as the letter He. Like, for instance, in the name Sarai. The letter Yod, yes, the value of 10 will be separated to two letters. He. One shall be given to Sarah, and another one to Abram, and he will become Avraham. So, man, it's not enough to have a potential. Potential has to be realized. The potential will be realized in little steps. Yes? Not in a nuclear explosion, but in little steps. It's very good. It's very good what you say, Sandra. Do you understand what Sandra is saying? Do you understand what Sandra was writing? Sandra, can you explain? Okay, you can also unmute if it's possible in terms of conditions around you. You can also unmute or write as it comes to you. Yes. I clicked and I hope to see you here. You just sent yes again. Yes. Please feel free to express your thoughts. Yes. Can you unmute now? You're on the screen. Yes, and you can unmute. Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Sandra.
I think I'm on.
Good, good.
Okay. So my understanding with following this whole past year is each month has a letter associated to it. True?
True.
Okay. Yes. And so Elul is represented by the letter Yod, as far as I know.
Yes. Do you remember where does it taken from? Do you remember from which text?
Oh,
Yes, I can
no.
browse here. It was Shabbat, this Saturday meeting that Shlomo quoted from Sefer Yetzirah. I'll try to find the text. It's
The
good that
10th
you
of
remember.
Tishri.
Yeah, yes, what?
The 10th of Tishri.
The 10th of Tishrei, very good. The 10th of
Yes.
Tishrei, yes, very good, very good.
The Day of Atonement.
Again?
The Day of Atonement?
Yes, the Day of Atonement.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. In Sefer Yetzirah, yes, this is what, here it is. I hope that I can bring the text here, but if not, we can remember. In Sefer Yetzirah, here's the text. 1 second, here. Elul, because you remember this very, very, very well. Here. He crowned, and I'll put it here in the box. Sefer Yetzirah says, and I hope you can follow also Rodrigo and Felipe. I'm trying to browse now in the text. He crowned, Himlich ot Yod. He crowned the letter Yod, v'kashar lo keter, and connected to it, to the letter, a crown, v'tzar bo betula, and he created in him, with the Yod, the virgin in the world, ve'elul bashana, in the month of Elul in the year. Yes, and a left kidney in the bodily figure. So, very good, Sandra. Yes, yes. So, the letter Yod, yes, in a way represents the months of Elul, meaning in the months of Elul there is an opportunity, yes, to build the Yod, the potential, into vessel. Do we understand this? Rodrigo, Felipe, Abigail, Yanis, Pixidis, Fernando, this is your question. We are speaking about, yes, your question. Shalom, shalom. You ask, yes, question about Luria, that usually ladies are being born with a vessel. Yes, Isha has the, not just a woman, but it's like little fire, has the hay, yes, and the man, Ish, has the Yod, the potential, and there's a need to bring this potential into manifestation. And this is what is happening. Shlomo was asking, what is this? What happening? What is the preparation with the months of Elul? He didn't. What will happen if I will not prepare? He said. So this is it. The letter Yod represents the months of Elul. Yes, and with the right attitude, there is, in a way, in space, we can build the letter Yod, the potential, as a vessel. Yes. And once there's a vessel, the light comes. What is the danger of walking only with the potential, without a vessel? What is the danger? Why Luria says that we have to, or man has to build a vessel, or us as people, it doesn't matter. What is the danger of someone walking only with a potential? What is the danger? Yes. Yes. He might break. This person walking only with potential, he might break. It's just a matter of time. Yes, because it's a fire without water. By the way, this is why also the Zohar, and this is, I move, it's the same system, but this is how the Zohar reads the binding of Isaac. Yes? Yes, yes. How the Zohar reads the binding of Isaac? Abraham, as located in day one, does only expansion, potential and expansion. And suddenly comes the binding of Isaac and limits this expansion, limit this potential. There's a stop now. Yes? This is in a way a different read. Like, in a way, Felipe noticed the name Sarai has Yod, so there is a split of the letter Yod into two Hays. This is what enables the birth of Isaac, but it does not stop there. Yes, it continues. In the binding of Isaac, what is happening to Abram? On the moment, on the mountain, what is happening to Abram when he lifts his hand? What is happening? He was going to the mountain, yes? Yes. In intention, so to speak, to sacrifice the son. He prepared everything, what is needed. He walked 3 days before, saw the mountain from far, left, let's Ishmael and Eliezer, his helper, in the back. They proceed to the mountain. All the actions, yes, that are needed are being done, and he lifts his hand. Isaac is also being roped, connected, and suddenly he is being held back. What is the meaning of stopping Abraham? Not just from not killing Isaac, but what is the meaning of stopping this action? Yes. Yes. Excellent. Yes. In this stopping, yes, very good, very good. In this stopping of not killing Isaac, yes, he built a vessel to receive what or who? Non-personal human being. Yes. We can read again and see what happens in the moment. But the stopping is very, very important. Because the side of the fire, or let's say the masculine side, is the active, yes, symbolized by fire, going forward, consumes everything. And the moment Abraham is being stopped, yes, is being held back, he is not the active power here. He becomes what? Becomes what? Yes. Yes. He becomes in a way a mother. He turns from father to mother in the moment of the binding, yes? Or in the moment of holding the knife and being stopped. he becomes from an active father to a passive mother. Yes? And he receives a human being. And he stopped being a father. He stopped being a father. This is what stops his fatherhood. Do you understand that? Not many people understand that. The active side in man, the fire, yes, is being stopped. Yes, something else is going on here. This is why we said that he becomes a mother. Yes, yes. It's beautiful because you see parallel pictures. Yes. In the moment, he is, I don't know how much you want to listen to it, yes, but in the moment, he is like Cain, Abraham, like Cain, which is about, who is about to kill Abel. Isaac is 37 years old, like the value of Abel. On the moment of the Akedah, yes, in Hebrew Akedah, on the moment of the happening, yes, Isaac is 37 years old, like the value of Abel. Abel in Hebrew, Hevel, is 37. At this age, the event is happening. At this moment, Abraham behaves like Cain. He lifts a knife, a killing knife. Do you understand that? Yes or no? Do you understand that? Good. Rodrigo, Felipe, Abigail, Yanis, Fernando, Cindy. He holds a knife to kill. Do you understand that? At the moment he is not Abraham. Just accept it. Yes, he is behaving like Cain. Comes to kill who? Abel. How many generations? 19 generations after. Yes? The same act. And by divine thought, he is being held back. So he is like Cain, like a killing father, and he is being held back. And he turns into, so to speak, passive mother, yes, who just is waiting to receive a son which is being born. Because Isaac has two kinds of lives. Yes, Isaac lived from 0 to 37. This is one life that he had, from 0 to 37. This is lifetime, because when he saw the knife, his soul flew away. Yes, and he was born again. He was born again when Abraham was stopped. And when he was born again at the age of 37, like Abel, Abraham became a mother to receive a newborn. Do we understand that? Good. Questions? By the way, killing the first born, killing or sacrificing was very common in the area of the Mediterranean, in Egypt, in Greece, here, among paganic streams, also in South America, in certain times. It was very, very common to sacrifice a human life for honor, for all kinds of reasons. Have you heard that the three fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, were correcting like tendency in the human behavior in their lives? While they were acting or living, they were correcting in a way 3 defaults in the human programming. Have you heard this before or not? Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. In the moment of the binding, yes, when Abraham pulled back, yes, and did not kill him, call it sacrifice, doesn't matter. The moment he did not kill him, because when someone, what happens when someone is about to kill? What happens in the body? What happens when somebody holds a weapon? It doesn't matter whom he's gonna kill. What happened? What happens when assassinator or even simple, what happens? Have you heard that in a human system, we are built like this, that we feel sympathy to other people. The natural part in the program is somehow there is a sympathy to another human being. So we would not harm another human being. This is the program. But what happens once there is a decision to kill? There is no empathy. This natural born feeling is gone. There's no empathy, and this is the mechanism that enables people to kill. Empathy is gone. Oxytocin, what happens when there's a birth? Yes? How the mother and the child are being, yes? There's a connection, there's hormone called oxytocin. This is the relations, also friends in battle, they have the same, they fight for the friends. So once people are losing empathy and the decision to kill comes, there is no empathy and they can kill. There's automatic program running and everyone can kill. Do we understand that? Do we understand that once this is being put, just accept, I cannot say anything, yes? Everyone is capable of this. And this is what the sages are saying, that when Abraham was stopped at this point, he corrected the tendency, yes, to kill. Because when there's a program to kill, there's a disconnection, and so to speak, this is why the sages are saying that in the moment, and this is interesting because the binding of Isaac is happening in Rosh Hashanah as well. And this is why in the praying in Hebrew, they say, when you're angry, please remember the binding of Isaac. Yes? This is part of the praying. Please remember, yes, always the binding, not to follow this rage which is coming. In Hebrew, they call the killing shfichut damim, blood shed. Shfichut damim. Killing is bloodshed. At the moment that he was stopped, Abraham, he managed in this moment, in a way, the code was corrected. The code of behavior was corrected. Once he stopped, in the stopping, he also inherit the stopping of killing also from Isaac, and Isaac from Jacob, and so on. This is the correction, because he stopped. And the born children, it did not come to them. Questions? Is it the first time you hear about this? Yes? Isaac, as consequence, Isaac after this could not see. He could not see. And in a way, his name, Yitshak, he shall laugh. We can only laugh, or laughter can only happen if we are blind to the manifested. If we believe, yes, to what we see, we are never able, or we are incapable of laughing or be happy. Questions. Questions. The binding of Isaac happened in Rosh Hashanah. Yes, this is why we have the ram, Ail, and the shofar. Yes, follow the emptiness. When someone comes to kill another person, there's grudge. There is certain energy that go against, so to speak, another body. So there is something. Otherwise, the killer or the assassinator cannot come and do what he programmed to do. While there is nothing, nothing can be done or nothing can be harmed. Yes, and the ray of the ram, I'm not sure that I'm saying, but shofar, yes, the horn of the ram is empty. Yes, it is a symbolic act. It is telling us what? To be empty. Because when we empty, we cannot do things. There is no personal doership. Please pay attention to this story. Abraham thinks that he is the father of the child. And as a father, he hears a command to sacrifice the child. And the personal doer in him wants to commit. Yes? To sacrifice his son. But comes a voice and says, leave the boy. Don't send your hand to the boy. General boy, he's not your son. You're not his father and you're not a personal doer. So the whole plot is cancelled. And there's a new child. There's a new life. Abraham becomes a mother. Now this is the real vessel in Abraham. Not just the hay. I mean, the hay as a letter. This is the vessel. Yes? When the yod, the potential, turns into hay and he can receive the child, a living son. Not even a living son, a living human being. Yes, he can receive a living human being, not his son. Because his son he wanted to kill. So this one it's not existing anymore. Do you understand that? Questions or thoughts? You can also unmute and speak. Fernando, Rodrigo, Felipe, Yanis, Pixie, Cindy, Abigail, friends on YouTube. Yes, Cindy. It's difficult. I always thought Abraham did not want to kill Isaac. Obedience to what? Or to whom? You know how many people walk every day on the mountains of Jerusalem and obey to the voices of gods in the head and binding their children with ropes on the mountains? Do you know? Have you visited ever Israel to see what is happening? Or not just in Israel. people hearing voices. They're telling them to sacrifice their children, and this is what they do. Really what? It's in the book, Fernando. It's in the book. Andre just transcribed one of the lessons, yes, that we had here on Discord, and I was mentioning. Yes, and Andre just wrote it in one of the chapters. People still doing it, not just on the mountain of Jerusalem, here on the shore, here a few meters, here on the shore, here on the shore. And it's in the book. It's in the book. Once it will be out, you could read it. People still do it, not just here, all over the place. You look at the statistics all over the world. What are the statistics, the percentage of parents killing their children? Look at the numbers. Weinreb could have told you. Which pixel is which book? Yes. Yes, yes. We are still transcribing it. Yes. The new one, yes. 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 We're still. Yes, this is in the beginning of the book of Esther. That we have this in English here, I think. Weinreb opens, just makes a forward just for the book of Esther and speaks about statistics. This is his field. So, because he was an expert, he was a professor of statistics. So he says that when they get the numbers, yes, so each state or municipality, they have the numbers. They know how many people, let's say, or how many general pipes of water will explode. Yes, they have the numbers. They know how many people will go into hospital because they broke something. There are numbers, and those numbers are all the time the same. But we don't know to whom it will happen. Yes, and how this happening will influence people's private life. But the numbers are numbers. It's in the book. Soon the book will be out and you will read it. It's in the book. It's in the book. It's good that you woke up a little today. Any other questions? So by limiting, this is interesting because what do we learn from the binding of Isaac? Just from limiting, yes, the fire, the active fire, we are building a vessel. Yes? Yes. This is to Cindy, yes? Yes? Yes, limiting the active fire, yes. So, dear friends, any questions? Any questions? Please feel free to ask. This is the time. By limiting, yes, our activities, yes, we are building a vessel. It's good that you have questions. You can write them here on Discord. Feel free. By the way, in the praying of Rosh Hashanah and in Yom Kippur, the text is being read many, many times, over and over and over again. There's even songs that were composed, many, many songs about the binding of Isaac. Joan, of course, Joan, you can join. We have a friend here on YouTube. Of course, you can join. Happy to see you, John Coffey. We explained this once to Felipe. Felipe, you remember you asked about Elkanah, jealous God? Yes? Felipe, ask on Discord, Elkanah. And there is a beautiful answer, the text that I wrote to Felipe, and I can put it also here. It has to do with kinetic energy. Yes? Elkanah, jealous God. Please pay attention. Kinetic movement. We explain this by numbers because Felipe found, do you remember, Felipe? What relation did you find between Elkanah? Do you remember the question? A jealous God? Yes, yes. So I will quote, I hope that Felipe can hear us because he wrote a question. He noticed the relation of Elkanah. Yes. And jealous God. And he asked a question and I will. Very good, Sandra. Very good. Very good. Very good, Rodrigo. I see that you remember. All of you are great. So I shall be happy to see you here on Thursday, and I hope you'll bring many, many more questions. Yes? So see you soon in Shana Tova. Toda Rabba for your participation. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Shana Tova, dear friends, have a very good, to all of us, great life, beautiful universe, and friendship. Toda and shalom.